Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to some more RDR2 with you. This is Matt. We ended that last mission, and I was stuck all the way out in Valentine, and thinking, oh man, I'm going to have to run all the way back to camp. Found out something kind of cool. I just went ahead and reloaded that last save. We just saved it, and still in the same place, but as you see, it brought us our buddy. So, at least we don't have to worry about that.
Boy.
Yep, come on, boy. So, last episode, we had some fun, did a mission where we took a few of the girls into town with Uncle. Came across a little bit of trouble, but we got that taken care of. Gained some pretty good honor, too, out of sparing some guy's life, and then also taking a guy's horse that we had stolen back to him, so that's cool. Also got us the gold bar and a recipe pamphlet for some, I think it was special horse. Stimulant. Either way, it was good to have. We can always actually check that. We can go to our satchel, and then we can go over here. As you see, I'm just moving with L1, R1, or LB, RB, and here's our documents. So here's our recipe pamphlets. Oh, well, that's cool. So we already had some anyway to start. I know you have some anyway whenever you actually play the game, but I'm wondering if I have more since I got the Ultimate Edition of this game. So that may be the case. But what we're going to do, just to do some quick house cleaning here,
Hello,
I'll
sir.
try to look that up for you. Howdy. Try to look that up for
There
you
we
and
go.
see if that is the case, that I got some more that you wouldn't have if you got the special edition or the regular edition. But I had mentioned in the last episode that in order to actually be able to do any of this, once we get to the point where we can craft, you will have had to read it. So we own it, but that doesn't mean we can do any of these. The only one we've actually read was the, let me go find it, was the special horse, because that's the one we found in that loot box where we also got the gold bar down in Limpany, that little burned out town. So for us to actually be able to do any of these, we need to read them. So we're just going to go ahead and do that real quick, and it'll start popping up in the top left hand corner. Okay, well, it says I've already learned it, so that's good. So I can just go to the next one. Is it going to say the same thing for me? Probably. So I guess it probably had me already learn all these too since we had them. So we'll just go through them all anyway. You can actually just fly through them like I just did, and it would learn them all. So just important to know, anytime you actually do get a new recipe pamphlet, go ahead and open it up, read it. That way you have it. I have an X on the map here, which means there's a dead body. This doesn't look good. What is that? Oh my god. There's blood everywhere here, isn't there? Oh god, we're walking in it. Gross. Oh my god. That is a torso with some nastiness and no head. I don't want to walk under that where it's dripping. First person is kind of cool, but I enjoy playing the game in third person mostly. Okay, look on my works. But if we want to see some stuff real clearly, it's better. Whoa, what's that? Okay. We'll go into first every now and again. I just can't look at that. Oh man, entrails everywhere. Oh my god. What the hell? You're right, you poor bastard. Oh god, no. Oh.
You poor bastard.
Oh. Okay, zoom in on this. We can flip it over. Anything on the back? Just a message. I guess we'll just put it away. Wow. Killer clue, one piece. Okay. So this is a little side mission. We do have to get some of these done. Collect the matching torn map pieces to uncover the mystery. Okay. So we do have to get some of these done, I think, to get 100%, but wow, that's quite gruesome. We're going to get on our way here. Severed head. Yeah, okay. Nasty. Oh, the blood trail leads up here. Okay, so something was here. Using our eagle eye to try to see where it went. We can focus on that stranger track. And it looks like it just dies out right about here. Yeah, it just ends, so whoever it was just disappeared. Wow, okay, well, hopefully you aren't queasy or have a weak stomach, because if you do, that wasn't a really good start to this episode, was it? Oh, nasty.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna get back to camp now after that whatever you want to call it, and go see all of our people, because we're gonna go ahead and get us a mission. But that was a change in the story, so we're gonna go ahead and save it real quick, just so we don't have to worry about coming back in and doing that again from the beginning. So we'll go ahead and get that going. Sorry, I had a fan on. Getting a little warm, and I forgot when I went to no music or background sounds, I could hear it. So if y'all heard that, my apologies. So let's see here. Got some stuff here. Some rabbits. Study it. Looks like two different kinds. Black-tailed. Oh, nope. Okay, we're not gonna worry about trying to get the other one. So, alright, cool. So we're getting some of those animals knocked down. Okay, where are you going? Sometimes a horse just kind of loses its mind and you're going to start running into boulders and stuff, but got some birds flying up here. Can we study them? Can we study them? Nah, I'd have to kill it. That's alright. Don't need that right now. We will probably end up getting plenty of them as the game goes on, but right at this moment, we're good. We're here. Got us a raccoon. You know what? Let's go ahead and bring some food back to camp. Okay, that was probably too big of a gun to get that animal. Like I mentioned last episode, there is different qualities in the pelt. You've got the the perfect, the good, and the poor. And if you don't use the right weapon on the right animal, then it could change it. So even if it was perfect, it could be poor all of a sudden. So we went ahead and we're going to get that pelt, which probably gives us some meat too, and it sure looks like it might. Yep, stringy meat. We're going to go and pick them up. We'll just go ahead and see that also last one, the little +1 with the eye. That we got some dead eye points for that. So since we do a lot of hunting, we'll probably get that leveled up pretty quick. Well, you just don't have anything nice to say, don't say it, sir. You move right on along. But I do want to go and check my compendium real quick, because as we get these animals, we're going to need to know what particular weapons we need to use. So we got the deer, and it's going to tell us in here what you need to use. So kind of middle of that line, it says keeping your distance when hunting deer can increase your chances of a kill, as they are easily startled. Long-range weapons such as a rifle or a bow with poison arrows are considered to be the best when hunting. So let's go ahead and check out what the raccoon was. Whereas that's the only thing, there's so many animals it can take a minute to actually find what we're looking for. But this one tells us that we want to have a varmint rifle. That's the most effective. So me using that carbine, that was way too big. Had that been a perfect raccoon, he probably would have ended up poor. So we do need to pay attention to that from time to time. I'll try to point out the right weapon to use. Again, it has actually have been a while since I went through and played that last playthrough on the PlayStation where I did get 100%. Again, that's what we're going for here. But I do remember most of them. I'm just going to have to try to remind myself to, hey, let y'all know what weapons to use. But even if you use the right one, like I have said, if you don't hit it in the right spot or don't take it down with one shot, then you could end up taking a perfect one to a poor, which really doesn't matter if we're doing what we're doing here. We're just donating this. Not a big deal to me. But when we're going for crafting and all that, they've got to be perfect. Now, if it's something like a deer, who cares? Because, again, they're a dime a dozen. You're going to find them all over the map at all times. But if we've got something tougher like a cougar or a panther, those are harder to come by. So you hope you get lucky that first off. Are we? Then you may have to come back in. Hopefully it respawns sometime soon and get the right one. But
my crafting at the moment, Mr. Morgan.
Okay,
I'm very happy to make you something if you bring me the right materials.
I mean, do them
Really
to
need you
donate.
boys to get out there and hunt. Supplies
But
are
what'll
low.
end up happening is you'll come across one that, oh man, it finally came through. It's not one that, spawns in often, and then it's perfect and we ruin it. So that can be tough. We're going to go ahead and give him that
I'll
string of
take
meat.
what I can get.
Okay. And yeah, see, it's poor. It may have been perfect when we started. I didn't study it to see. When you study an animal, we have to do that first. It's just going to show that little study icon. But once you've studied it, every time we lock onto one here on, it's actually going to show whether it's poor, good, or perfect. So
Not the best quality, I'm afraid.
I know, just deal with it. Food's food. Speaking of, is there food? Oh, it looks like it is. Our little knife and fork here are
Mr. Morgan.
lit up. Me first, me first. All right, going to take us some stew. That'll get our health knocked back up. What time do we got? It is 2:41 p.m. in the game. So come on over here, eat this stew, then probably jump into a mission here. See if we can throw this on the table. While we're here, let's go ahead and check out that crafting upgrades. I meant to do donate earlier and ended up
I'm
doing
more than
that.
happy to craft you something if you bring me the right materials.
We will, trust me. Now, we can't do any of this right now because, as you see, it's telling us at the bottom why it's locked. You got to purchase the leather working tools, and on this one, you got to upgrade the provisions wagon twice, donate 3 valuables, so it tells you what you got to do. And if we look at the recipe, it's not doing it for me. No worries, I'll find that out. It's probably because I'm using, again, the wrong controller with it, but it'll actually tell you what you need.
I reckon I'm gonna think about it.
So, we will end up getting back to him much later and much more often, not much later, but just much more often. So we can actually craft those satchels and carry a lot more stuff. But in the meantime, I know exactly where I want to go. That is over here to Mr. Hosea, because this is about to unlock some cool stuff. Cleaning that gun, isn't he?
Hey, Arthur.
Hey, Arthur. Go hunting? Yes, sir.
Jose,
Favorite thing in the game.
You want to go hunting?
One of them.
what are you hunting? An elephant?
I wish. No, I saw a huge bear. One of the biggest I ever saw. I reckon nearly 1,000 pounds.
Good Lord.
My God. Look, you need me to come with you.
Of course. Let's go.
Where are we heading exactly?
Up near the Dakota River. Might take a day or two.
I could do with a break from this place.
Oh, me too. It's been a rough couple of weeks. You need anything?
I don't think so. I got all I need.
Let's go then. So you still ain't replaced Boadicea?
Nah, I miss her. She was quite a horse. This one's okay, but ain't no Boadicea.
I've been meaning to offload this big Shire horse for a while now. Unruly bastard.
Where'd you get him?
Some big, loudmouth bastard tried to rob me. Was out riding, so I... Well, you know how it is.
I see.
Okay. Murdered him?
Let's take him to Valentine. It's on the way, sorta. There's a decent dealer there. We'll unload him. You can buy yourself a new horse.
Let's
Put
do
your
it.
saddle on them. Let's get going.
All right, well, you've been a good horse for us,
Okay.
but we're apparently going
But
to
I
switch
do
you.
kind of like this horse.
There's nothing wrong.
I've got to remove the horse. Or the
And
saddle.
the stables always have the best ones.
Okay.
Well, I guess you're right.
All right, well, I guess we're going to see that horse
This is
later.
gonna be fun, Arthur.
You won't throw me?
No, he's an angel. If I'm near him.
That's
Nasty little
comforting.
look in his eyes.
Oh, don't be rude about this magnificent creature.
Okay, boy.
Okay,
Easy, big
boy.
feller.
All right, let's head into town.
Let's do it.
We're heading out. Might be gone a couple of days.
Like how Arthur said,
They
I'm
got a
sick of
good
this
range
place.
of horse tack at the
I've spent 3
Valentine
seconds
stables.
in it.
Some beautiful saddles. I used to have a real nice one.
Yeah, what happened to that?
Got stolen outside that saloon in Deer Creek.
Ah, I remember now. Just about. That turned into a long day.
Yes. Remember? Mac went crazy, threatened to kill the whole town. And Davy was passed out so cold we left him there, came back in the next day, and he woke up and started right back drinking again.
I miss those boys.
Jenny, too. She had some spot, that girl.
It must be pretty hard on Lenny. You could tell he was sweet on her.
Well, Lenny and Jenny could never have worked. That's like Arthur and Martha, or Bill and Phil.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Does feel a bit like our luck died with them, too.
Nonsense. We'll be all right. Just need some money to get back on our feet.
I
Seen
hope
that
so.
already.
You find a way to offload those Cornwall bonds yet?
Not yet. They're still very hot. Need to be done right. I have a couple of leads I'm looking into.
Sorry.
Don't let that big bastard get the better of you there, Arthur.
He's all right. Yeah, good boy.
Is he? He seems pissed.
There, boy.
Hey, partner.
Hey, partner.
Yeah, that's it, boy.
All right, so we're apparently going to head up here and sell
Stables
this
are
horse.
just up ahead.
You're reverse dapple black thoroughbred horse will be available to collect at the stable.
All right.
So,
Go sell that big brute and buy yourself a horse.
that's
Okay.
part of us
I'm
getting
going
the
off to the general store.
Ultimate
Get a few
Edition.
things to lure that bear out with.
Alrighty.
Meet you back here in a bit.
Her saddle looks rough.
Hey, how can I help you?
I'm in the market for a new horse. Something strong and fast.
Yeah, well, you're in the right place. I got some beauties in at the moment. Yeah. And what about this one here? Yeah, you looking to sell?
I ain't sure yet.
You got papers?
No. No papers.
Well, of course, that's gonna affect what I can pay. But your luck's in. I got a fella who's been looking for a decent workhorse like this for a while. He'll pay a good price. Otherwise, I can always stable him here for you. Here, take a look.
Alrighty, let's take a look at what we got. So I can sell him for 65 bucks. Hell yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Now, so you know, we can actually go get horses from the wild, or we can steal other people's horses. That's not gonna do very good for a high honor thing, but come back and sell them. And they're never going to be near that much. Rockstar inflates the price so heavy on this first one simply because you don't always get a horse to come with the game. So you have to buy one. And see, there's just kind of a standard that is 15 bucks. Can't even do that one yet, but that's because we don't have enough money. So, but you can also see the speed and the acceleration. You can see, for instance, on this one, the first 5 bars on speed are all lit up, and the next 3 are grayed out. Basically, if your horse is in peak top condition, where all the cores are gold. I haven't even talked about that yet, because you can also get your own cores as Arthur gold. We'll get into that much later, but if they are gold, you get that extra little bonus. So you get those extra 2 notches on acceleration too. So here's the Dutch warm blood. So I like a fast horse, because we're going to be riding all over the map. We're going to need a fast horse. But since I did get the Ultimate Edition, I got this horse with it. If you buy the Special Edition as well, you also get this horse. So basically the only one that doesn't is the regular edition, but it's pretty well worth it. But honestly, there's going to be another horse, and some of you are probably nodding along. You know what I'm talking about. That is pretty much the fastest in the game. I think there's one that's a little bit faster, but it can only be purchased. But there's one that we're going to go try to get that's a little bit faster than this one, and it's free. You just have to go get it in the wild. So we'll get to that at another point, but this will certainly do for now. It is a pretty horse. So let's go ahead and buy our thoroughbred. But as you see, it shows 0. So we can name it. So I'm going to wait for... Go ahead and get that backed out. Probably going to do a poll at some point of what we want to name our horse. Now, again, we're going to end up changing this horse too, so we might just carry that over to the new one. I don't have any idea what I want to name this horse right now. We'll just do something I've used before. Horsey Poo. We're going to get us Horsey Poo. Alrighty, so we now have us a horse. Now we can go into the tack and services. One thing I like to do, it's just something, I don't want to say it's a trademark because I'm sure a million other people have done it, but I just always like the look of it. I like to come in here, give our horse a mohawk, and then I like it red. It just looks pretty cool. So it's kind of hard to see in this light, and that's not just because, it's just because of where we are in this stable. But you can see it kind of good right there. So it does cost, that's $4 bucks, but we'll do it. We can also do... the tail. Now you see all these, you can do natural and come in here, and if it's short, long, so forth. I'm gonna go back into that mane. Could I have made that mohawk longer? No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, there went $9. $4.50 we meant to spend. Did it charge me again? Okay, I'm gonna stop jacking with it, but you can mess with all sorts of options. So just come in here and play. I've done braid before, but for some reason it just looks really funky. Dreadlock just looks kind of nasty, like we don't clean our horse. Long, nah. Short, I just kind of normally leave it on either. Oh, we do have a boy horse, don't we? Yep, and that is random. I've had a couple playthroughs where it gave me a male. The next one it gave me female. So what do we want to go with? Natural? We'll just go with regular. Crap, I keep forgetting to change color. I'm just blowing through money here. Good thing we got a gold bar later on. So we're going to go with that red color. Now we can also go into the services. As you see, you can do a horse care package. That will get him into the gold. again, I thought that it would actually do the rest of those bars, and I'm pretty sure it will, but we can always look that up later. It's not a big deal. You can also come back in here and rename your horse. I'm not going to worry about the special package just yet. I think it's just going to be a waste, but we can also come in here. We can buy saddles. Now, this is a big deal because let's just take the Gurdon Vaquero, for instance. As you see stock, first off, it's expensive, but you can also do improved. I'm not going to press the button, but if I press in on the right stick, or I should be able to, but now I can hit tab. It shows us, see what it does? The core drain rate. Okay, well, we're going to get 14% less of a drain rate, 16% left of the core stamina, and we're going to get plus 16% on the speed. So that's a big deal. So we want to do that at some point, but we can also go get some animals in the wild and hunt and have the trapper that Pearson mentioned in the last episode when we were donating, he'll craft it for us. And it's much cheaper. So we're probably going to do that. Let's see what's in the pre-purchase. Do I have anything? Yeah, so we have bought it. So we're going to go ahead and equip this because you see our health core will drain at 12% less, as will the stamina. And then the drain rate just on stamina overall is a quarter less. So this is a good saddle right here. And then the Reagan rate, or the regen, I keep saying Reagan, the regen rate, it'll be 12% faster. So it's stamina coming back. So yeah, you bet your butt we're going to go ahead and equip that. And then you can also come in here to the saddlebags. I don't know what the actual upgraded does. I don't think it does anything. You can just carry whatever. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong about that, y'all let me know. But so I'm not really going to... That's just more of a cosmetic thing. These get grayed out because the saddle we just equipped already has that. So if you just have a basic saddle, you can come in here and upgrade these individually. But since we already have an upgraded satchel that includes those, you can't. The bedrolls, again, this doesn't do anything for you. It's simply cosmetic. So we're just going to stick what we've already got. Don't really care. Don't want to waste the money right now. So also, once we back out of that, we can go back into the horse provisions. So this is where we can buy things. Hay is a popular one. We can carry 3. We're going to have to feed our horse when we're out and about. So you know what? The things that are... I'm probably just going to go ahead and max this out. I like to take care of my horse. So I don't want to get out there in the middle of nothing and not have any food for our boy. I don't even ever really use the sugar cubes and the peppermint, but so be it. Horse stimulant, we've already picked up some of that, so I'm not going to worry about getting any. And plus we can make our own eventually. But I am going to carry this, Horse Reviver, $9.50. One thing about the game, if your horse dies, it's gone. It's done. It's over. One reason why I turn autosave off, one of the big, because I mentioned in the very first episode, I keep that off because it can really kind of jack with your honor, and it may autosave right after a random event and you lost honor when you really did nothing. But this is the other big element. If we're just out jacking around and I accidentally kill my horse, I get attached to these things. I do. And plus, if you've got a strong bond, you don't want to lose that and have to start all over. So the good thing is you get us a horse reviver. That's going to go ahead. I like to carry 2 just in case you never know what happens. But if your horse does die, you can revive it. That's why it's important to have that. But that's also why we turn the autosave off, because I had it on my very first playthrough, and I don't know if it does it every time or not.
Got yourself a deal.
But my horse dies in
And a fine
autosave.
new horse.
I hope so.
Well, I don't sell anything other than good animals. You have my word on that. All right, let's see.
So yeah, that's why another reason I like to keep the autosave off.
Here are your papers.
Cool.
And on me, a new grooming brush.
Good.
And some treats.
Appreciate it.
All right, you treat this fella well. I know he's
red.
gonna look after you just fine.
Okay. So we now got our
Looks
horse.
like a nice animal you got there. You happy?
I am.
Guess we'll see.
Spent so much time in there, it's night now.
Pose.
All right. I want to go ahead and, not Jose, I want to look at Horsey Poo.
You
So
won't
now...
know till you get in the saddle.
Yeah, I know, but I want to do something here. I want to bond with my boy. So there is the compendium updated for the horse. We can show his info, and since
Are
we
you
went
gonna
ahead...
mount that new horse of yours or not?
People are just so damn impatient. We're going to go ahead and brush him a little bit. So again, you do have to clean your horse. I mentioned that before. His health starts
Hop
draining.
on up there, let's go.
We'll get there when we get there. So going to go ahead and brush him up. He's probably already clean anyway. You can brush him from the horse, I'll show you in a second, though, why I like to always do it off the horse, because here I'm just keep pressing that left D-pad to brush him over and over and over. If I hit the right button, I can feed him, but I'm not going to worry about that because his health is plenty full and it's just wasting it. But I'm going to sit here and do this till my heart's content. But if I get on the horse, it literally, you have to go through the
All right,
menu.
let's get going.
Let's do it.
We got quite a ride ahead of us.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go over to horse. I can then go here.
The way.
He'll only do it when you're going
Oh.
slow.
What's this lake we're heading?
He does a couple quick brushes,
It's
then it's
called
done.
O'Crea's Run, up
So.
in the mountains east of Cumberland Falls.
I just like to do it when we're off
I
the
just
horse.
hope I can remember how to get there.
Back into the mountains.
Yeah, sorry, I must do it in the
sure
dark.
didn't figure on that.
But this time, we're...
I gotta look. Yeah, stupid me. I did mention that last episode. We're gonna go in and make sure that we go ahead and put some winter clothes on, and I didn't do it.
on the
So.
chasing.
We might get cold up here. That's not good.
So how are things with you and John?
Fine.
Ain't it about time you let it go now?
It was a year, Hosea. He ditched us for a goddamn year.
I've spoken to him many times. He knows he did wrong. He just wants to put it behind him.
I'm sure he does. Running off on that kid is one thing, but there's code. He knows that. He ain't Trelawney. Dutch and you pretty much raised him.
I know. But it's done. Has been for a while now.
All right. Horse looks good. Hopefully we can see pretty well out in the dark, because we're going to be doing a lot of recording when it's night. Because some of the animals we go hunting for, you just have better luck at finding them at night. Some of them you can only find at night, so I'm sure it'll turn out pretty good. The colors seem to be good on the last video I did.
Okay. I think we need to head right up here.
I'd like to have someone leading me that knows where he's going, please. Wow, look at that. That looks cool, the Milky Way.
Yes, I remember this place. Moonstone Pond. We're going the right way.
Wow, just cool looking, isn't it? Ow, sorry, dropped
That's
the
the lake
controller.
there. Good. We made it.
Right on my toe.
Let's loop around the
Okay.
other side.
All right. I can talk to him. What do we want to say? Ask about Sean or Micah? I want to ask him about Micah and what his thoughts are, because I
Where
know we
do
don't
you
like
think
him.
Micah and Lenny got to? Susan sent them out scouting, but I figure they'd be back by now.
I have no idea. I hope they weren't picked up.
Why she sent Micah, I don't know.
He's effective in his own way. And Lenny's got a good head on his shoulders.
Well, shouldn't have taken him this long.
No, but no point thinking the worst.
Yeah, okay, boy. You're all right, boy.
Trying to get that horse bonding up.
Rabbits.
Well, let's get us one.
Maybe we should catch one to cook.
Sure.
Move out of my way, Hosea.
You don't want to use anything.
Go!
All right, there we go. Hey, horseman 1. 1 of 5 horseback rabbit kills. Let's go ahead and go into the compendium there. Nope, I'm too late. So I can just manually show you. Also, you see that little paw on the ground. I haven't explained that, but I'm sure y'all figured that out. That's where one of your kills is. So we're going to go ahead and, if it'll let me. All right, there's the arrow. I'm going to pick them up. I want to show you that real quick in the compendium, or excuse me, the progress. To get 100%, we have to do these challenges. Most of them aren't too bad. As you see, there's 10 of them. Or excuse me, there's 9 of them, but 10 of each one you got to complete. Now the thing is, you don't know what you got to do to get them started. So once we finish Horseman 1, we can go over here to Horseman 2. Of course, it says complete the previous to unlock, but at least it will tell us what we got to do. But to start the first one on any of them, you just got to stumble across it. It's not that difficult to do. Out of the interest of saving some time, since this is already going to take forever anyway, we are probably going to go ahead and just look that up at some point and know, okay, how do I start the gambler or the herbalist and so forth. So we're going to have to do every one of these, all 90. And again, most of them aren't bad, but I'm not going to lie, a couple of them suck. They just really do. And especially this one I'm highlighted on, gambler, because it's just luck-based. So we'll get there when we get there. It's still a lot of fun. I enjoy it, but it can get a little frustrating. So that may be a part where we truly do edit, because you'll see when we get there. That's all I'll tell you. it's going to be a while too. We
All
got
right.
a lot of story to get through.
It's getting late.
Yes, it is.
Reckon we should camp here.
What time is it? Not going to tell me.
Well, then you get us set up.
Hold LB to get the weapon wheel, and we need to go to our camp. All right, so we're going to set up camp. So one of the reasons I want to do this mission is this is where we can start to craft and where we can also get that
I'm
brush to clean our
famished.
horse.
Cook that rabbit then. They're delicious on an open fire like this.
Fine by me.
All right, so we can craft and cook, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we got plain game. We got minty game. Okay, so I mentioned in that last episode when we picked up some mint that it's one of my favorites, and the reason is if you look, okay, plain game, it's kind of hard to see. I know it's small, but plain game, almost a full heart, and then as far as filling up your core, and then almost full stamina, almost full deadeye. If you do minty on it, well, that's full health. There's also oregano, and it's shaded out, so I know you can't see it, but that does full stamina. And then also thyme does the full deadeye. I had mentioned before that I like the big game, which it's not going to let us do right now. It's locked it, even though we've got some in our bag. The reason is it not only will do the same thing, full health on minty and the full stamina on oregano and so forth, but what it actually does is it gives you that gold bar status all the way around too. It just means it lasts longer. So you'll see that later on. For now, I'll shut up. We'll just go ahead and cook this thing and eat it.
Go on then.
So
I
just
thought
gonna
you said you were
hold it over
famished.
the fire. If you cook or hold A, it just does it faster. That's all. So we're gonna go ahead and eat that
want
bad
some of
boy.
that?
No, I'm fine. I don't like eating this late.
Okay. After all that.
So we're gonna cook some more because that meat is raw, so you can't eat it. But once you cook it, we can now stow it and have that amongst our provisions. So we don't have to go spend money in the stores to carry around stuff to eat. That's why it's a big deal to craft, and it just takes time and it's a slog. So this will be some stuff I may edit out in the future too. We'll see. If you know, I might just fast forward it in the video, but there's going to be a lot that we do. But this is nice to have. So I don't do a lot of buying in the stores because there's not a need to. You know, we can do all of our own stuff. So we're going to go and stow that bad boy. We are fed. Good to go. I'm going to cook them all while I'm here. I might as well, right? Doing the plain game. I'm not worried doing the minty. I don't want to waste those on this smaller game. Like I told you, that big game is where that matters. Because it makes everything gold, and it's just so much nicer to have. So I don't waste those thyme, oregano, mint, the good stuff on just a small game. So we're good, but we can also come in here and see, are there any tonics we can do, ammo, all that? No. It's okay, though. Don't need to.
All right. Well, we better get some rest.
Alrighty.
I want to be up at first light to find this monster.
Kind of scared. Alright, so we're going to go and sleep right along with you. I guess we're just going to go to morning.
He better be worth all this drama.
So yeah, cool. We're getting closer to the point where I won't have to be describing all the game mechanics and why it's important. It's going to be throughout the game, but
Morning, Arthur.
slow down.
You ready?
Oh, give me a minute.
Coffee?
Sure.
There you go.
So, what's your plan?
Well, we'll see if we can track him, but we might need to lay bait to draw him out. Bears like fish, obviously, but they also have a sweet tooth. A lot of fellas bait then shoot from the trees, but I prefer to hunt on the ground. More dangerous, but we'll have a much better chance of getting a good shot in. And if he bolts, we can start right off after him. Can you mix up this bait for me while I finish packing this up? Fish, berries. Tie it up in that rag when you're done.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
I
Right.
grew up in the mountains, Arthur. I was virtually weaned on bear meat.
So we can go ahead and make some potent predator bait here. He gave us the ingredients. I was reading gritty fish, so I said ingredients, but the ingredients. So let's go ahead and craft that bad boy.
Just mix it together. It's not too hard.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got this done.
Good. Pack up and we'll get going.
All right. So we're going to exit crafting, leave.
Pack up, Arthur, and let's
Okay.
get at it.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. You can also set up camp out in nature and leave it, and it will be like a new home base for you. But that sometimes gets stuck for me, so
Okay,
I
boy.
just don't use that very often.
We'll try our luck down by the water. That's where I saw him last.
Okay.
Okay.
How's that horse treating you?
So far, so good.
You know, I was in this area with Bessie years ago.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I imagine you still miss her.
Every day.
Did you two ever think about getting out of the life?
We did briefly. You don't remember? Guess you were still young. Didn't last long. I drifted back into it. She understood. She knew what I was.
I remember you not being around for a while, but well, things were looser back then.
Truth is, there's never really any getting out. And staying in, it's hard. You know that. But Bessie and I made it work. Why? You thinking about getting out?
Me? No, of course not.
Listen, if Dutch's grand plans work, and we can make enough money to go someplace new, really new, maybe we can all have a new start. Anyway, for now, let's try and chase ourselves a bear, shall we? Let's look by the water here, see if he's been fishing again recently.
Okay. Use that eagle eye.
Good job, boy.
Look for tracks, dung, bones, any sign of him.
Okay. Legendary animal. So this is our intro to do it. We got to find the clues here. So we got it. Okay, you can get out of it now. Got to go up there and inspect it.
Oh, there's some paw marks here, Hosea. They sure look big enough.
Good. Let's hope it's him.
Okay, so we now know he's headed off in that direction. We're going to focus on that
Can you
trail.
tell which way he went?
Yep, I
This
can.
way.
Go get him. Watch out, Jose.
All right, boy.
Okay, got that other yellow plume sticking up there. So we know where clue 2 is.
Tracks. Go into those trees.
That looks like it.
Wait a minute. Something on the ground here.
Half-eaten fish here. Must have been left by our friend, I reckon.
Come on, see if there's anything.
See another one up there. You know what? I just want you to stay here, bud.
Stay here, boy.
Let me grab my gun first, actually. That wouldn't be very wise of me, would it? But you stay right there while we go get his. Go get this clue. Okay, there it is.
Something else on the ground, just here. There's shit here. Watch your step.
Looks real fresh. Reckon he's got to be close.
Let's keep going.
Alright, leading us this way. Looks like it just dies off, so.
Damn it. Looks like the trail ends here. We lost him?
For now. A little optimism, Arthur.
Well, what do you think?
I think we split up and each look.
Either
That
that
didn't
or
sound wise.
we could place bait here.
That could work. Which you think?
If you said you got a 1,000-pound grizzly,
Arthur?
I don't really want to
Come on,
split
before
up.
we...
Let's bait here.
Fine by me. Let's leave the bag over there. By those boulders up ahead, looks like a good spot for it.
Okay. These are large stones. Another little yellow marker here. Yeah, I don't want to split up. There's a 1,000-pound grizzly out about, so we are going to go ahead and get this bait placed. Let's see, open the satchel, get that bad boy, and there is that bait. So let's plop her on the ground, I guess.
Now we wait.
Okay, let's leave the smell all over our body. That was real smooth. Okay. Now we wait, apparently. Let's get that gun ready.
1,000 pounds, you say?
More or less. Big scar down his face. Hey, did that bait look okay to you?
I think so. You're the expert.
Ready with your gun there?
Before I do something, I want to look at a key binding real quick because I got a feeling there's something I'm going to need to have that, again, my right stick is not working when I press in. I know it's just configuration. It's not that big of a deal. I can get around it. But before I actually go in and do this, because I'm assuming I'm going to need that. So let's see here. Looking for Deadeye, that's all. If I can't find it right off the bat, then we'll just deal with it. If we die, we die. But yeah, I'm not seeing it right here, right off the bat. I was hoping to actually see detail controls. We'll see what the controller says. That's just that same thing. Okay, well, that's okay. Dead zone, no, that's something different. Don't want to do that. Anything here? Nope. Okay, well, we may just end up being stuck with some not good stuff happening, so forgive me if we die.
You okay? You seem nervous.
So do you. I'm fine. Let's just take a look at that bait.
All right.
Sure.
Let's do that.
Come on.
We only just said it, Jose.
I know, but we need to do this right.
Making sure this doesn't feel right. Oh, I guess I gotta go inspect it too.
Yeah,
Okay.
here. Got your knife?
Oh God. Wow.
Easy.
Not that a bear needs to be rabid. Oh God, here we go, here we go, here we go. Working on it. Oh my God. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, where are you? God, you alright, man?
You're fine, old man.
Of course I'm fine. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Thank you, I think. That was fun.
You know what, Arthur Morgan? I'm a little old and beaten up to be after the biggest game. You can have this.
What is it?
It's a map. A man in a bar gave it to me. Well, I stole it from him, but that's another story. He said it told him where to find some real big animals.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. You saved my life, Arthur. I think I'm going back to camp to lick my wounds. You coming, or you gonna track that monster? Well,
We're gonna go with him. We can always come back for this.
I'm coming with you.
let's get going then.
I want to have a very specific weapon before I go do that. So this is probably getting kind of long. I haven't been tracking how long I've been on this episode, so you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and go get that weapon while we can.
Let's see if Dutch gives us any crap about disappearing like that. I don't need another "we gotta be out there making money" speech.
We were just out scoping a lead. He doesn't need to know it was a big furry one. Well, thanks, Arthur. I probably owe you one.
Thank you,
Don't worry
Jose.
about it.
I need to head out to Emerald Ranch soon. Look into something.
See you later.
Later. The reason I went ahead and quit that, okay, let's just see what we got there. It looks like a bronze, probably a time thing, isn't it? Nope. But, well, yeah, and that. But no worries. I spent a lot of time in the stable, and that time does count. So, again, like I mentioned before, I don't really care about going after gold. That could just get frustrating for me, and I want to enjoy the game. So, at any rate, when I've actually played this before, I normally stay back and try to get the bear. One time I got lucky and I got him. Every other time, I just die almost instantly from the bear.
How you get on out there, Mr. Morgan?
Pretty good, ma'am.
Fine.
What's it like?
It's a decent place. There's food to eat, fools to rob. We'll be okay. As long as we don't linger too long.
We sent Micah and Lenny out scouting west to see what they could find.
Good. And we're gonna need to make a decent bit of money if we're gonna get out of this hole.
Oh, I know.
Okay, now that she shut up, we're going to go ahead and do our favorite. We need to come over here and save the game real quick. But, yeah, so whenever I've done it before, I got lucky one time and I got it. But the other few times I've tried, I just die. I could probably look up how to do it. I just like kind of doing trial and error on
I
it.
think
But
she'd prove the Earth was flat.
would everybody
You
stop
said
talking
you
to
cared
me?
For.
But I do care. I do care.
We're gonna
Are
sleep.
you laughing at us feeble-minded romantics again, Mr. Morgan?
Well, that's one way of describing you, but there's others.
Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do something we're going to need, and we're going to store this on our horse. That last episode I was telling you about, like the sunny and when it's cold and all that, you need to have an outfit of all three type on your horse. That's what I found best. So we're going to go ahead and store the winter one, so we're in cold. We can swap to it real quick. See, it's got the little snowflake down there in the bottom left. We're already carrying 3, so I got, this is for hot, the custom for whatever reason. So we're going to go ahead and equip this, and then we're going to find us something that's just average, and it basically just has nothing. You see, it just says this outfit is suitable for average, and that's what you got: cold, hot, and then you got average. So we're just going to store all those on our horse, so we've got them for all situations. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and sleep. We'll go ahead and sleep tight till the morning. Good morning. So yeah, we're going to get plenty of sleep, actually. 20 hours. Man, wouldn't that be nice just to say, hey, I'm going to lay my head on the pillow, see you in 20 hours. Wish I could do that. So, yeah, at any rate, I want to go get a certain weapon before we try to go after that bear. So we're going to go get that. I did mention in the last video how I can leave a link from that RDR2 map app that I showed you. So I'll be doing that for where we're about to go. The map is kind of covered up, so that being the case, and when I say covered up, we haven't explored a whole lot of it. More than I thought, but I know it's somewhere up in here. I'm going to have to check my map again, but I just know somewhere up around this area is where we're going to go. So I'm just going to throw a waypoint down and just do it. We could go to Valentine and take a train or a stagecoach and try to get closer, but it's actually not too far away from where we have to go. So we're just going to let it ride. But that'll be one thing, too, as we start obviously uncovering the map where we can see it. That'll be quite important for us. What is our temperature like right now? 37 degrees, so it's a little chilly. We're going to go ahead and hop right on our horse and change directly into our winter outfit. That way we don't start losing health. So we will go to the winter. You do have to be stopped or at a very slow trot for it to actually go through, and sometimes it just takes it a second to actually load it, to pop on you. But if you're going full speed, it's going to say, hey, can't do that. You've got to actually be slower speed. Makes sense. You can just do it on the fly like that. Can't even really do it like they do it, but hey, that's all right. So we'll talk a little bit here, but I'm thinking out of the interest of time, we can probably do it. This isn't too far of a ride, but there are going to be times when I'm just riding across the map that I'll probably just fast forward through it. I think that's what I'm going to do for the looting situations. I've already talked about the looting in the previous couple episodes about how it just takes time, and y'all probably don't really care to watch me just sit there and loot bodies for 10 minutes.
I don't think you should just be wandering around here, friend.
But people just leave me alone. I don't even mess with it. You're
Right.
dead. Go down.
Of course.
I know Driscoll. That's what I thought. Surprised that guy isn't ratting us out. Ooh, 571. These guys carry cash and a potent health cure and some revolver cartridges. Sweet. That guy's poor. He only had 287. All right, cool. But hey, we will take it. So, yeah, see how it says in the top left? You've already seen that before. You cannot stow everything because you're full in your satchel. That's why we're going to be upgrading those. But, yeah, back to it. So, yeah, I'm thinking what I'm kind of decided I want to do is I'll just, once we get to these real long rides and we're actually doing it by horseback and not stagecoach, I need to get across this. I wasn't even paying attention. There's a train coming in there. Somewhere. I guess it's out in front of us. So, yeah, what I'll probably end up doing is just literally in the edit, just fast forward it by several times. See if we can make it, see if we can make it, see if we can make it. Don't want to get our horse killed. Alright, we're good. But there are also going to be other times when there's just been a lot of dialogue and a lot of action and we haven't really gotten a chance to chat, so I may use some of that time to go through and actually talk. But for the most part, we're just going to fast forward through it all. See if we can just get up here to where we can get my favorite weapon. Once we get the actual pamphlet, I'll explain why it is my favorite weapon. But it's pretty cool. So yeah, also, I don't know if I finished that thought. I was talking about the RDR2 map and how I can link it directly to what we went to, that area of the map. So if you just want to click on that link, it will be in the description for where we're going here. It'll open up that rdr2map.com, and it will show you where it was. So that'll be pretty convenient. So I'm going to try to do pretty much everything we find. I'm going to do that. So some of them will be laden with links, because once we get a little bit deeper into the game, like I explained in that map video when I went over it, that there's going to be certain items we're going to focus on. Like, let's see if we can go get all of the dream catchers. Those are. I'm hearing some wolves or something over up to my left, so I just want to ignore it. Oh, look at that! Got you a big old elk. Now, that's going to be the scary part. Is once you start getting out here in the wilderness, you're going to come across some pretty aggressive animals. Oh man. I just want to get where I'm going. Not really. Are you going to at least take me on my way?
My horse up and died on me, twisted my ankle something fierce. Think you could give me a ride?
Yeah, we're being good, Arthur.
Sure. Up on.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank
Taking
you.
me the completely opposite direction, I bet, aren't you? If that is the case, I'm probably just going to cut this out.
You know Emerald Ranch? Mind taking me there?
Sure.
Sure. I do know Emerald Ranch because I've taken... Good Lord, she's getting me way out the way. So yeah, I'm going to edit this part out. I'm probably just going to jump right back in to where I drop her off so you can see what happens.
Glad I ran into you. Huh. I raised that horse, you know.
Good for you.
Raised it since it was just a foal.
Oh, losing a horse is hard. Sorry to hear that. Back home?
I guess. I bet my husband's right where I left him. Bottle in hand. Oh, we're getting close now.
Okay, now that she shut up, oh my God. So, I just cut out that part right there. This lady, she'll make you think or wish you were deaf. She wouldn't shut up. She doesn't like her husband at all. She was in love with that horse. Not in any weird way. There is stuff like that in the game, but she wasn't one of those. But she certainly loved that horse and hates her husband. But we also found out the owner of this town, Emerald Branch, apparently is a real dickhead, according to her. And he has a daughter that appears in the window of the house every once in a while, but that's all you see of her. When you ask about her, people tell you to shut up. So, okay. Whatever.
Here
We're
we go. This is great. This was kind of you, mister. Please, take this as my way of thanking you.
You owe me that for sure. God, if you'd have just shut up on the ride, I would have been happy to not take anything.
Appreciate it.
Get on out of
What
here.
a lousy day.
Yep. Still talking. We're going to check something out while I'm here real quick. No, not yet. You can pet dogs. Isn't it awesome? So, of course, we're going to do that. Aw.
Hello, boy.
Hello, boy. Now, what's cool, once you stop and pat a dog for a little bit, anytime you come back into the town where you found him, he's going to come back to you. Chase you down a little bit. It's also looking here for something else called a fence. Like all that jewelry we're picking up. Let's go ahead and feed him. I meant to brush him, but he's getting a little hungry too. So take care of our boy. So I'm going to go ahead and brush him, get him clean. While I'm doing that,
I'll stay there, boy.
the fence is where you go sell those things. So all that loot, the pocket watches, the gold bar we picked up, all that stuff, you take it to a fence to sell. Now this one doesn't unlock until you get to a little bit later in the game. Got to play a mission before it does. If I'm not mistaken, though,
Let's get you cleaned
you can
up.
go to one of the other fences on the map. There's a few around, and we could access them immediately. And we will probably be doing that simply because we're not going to just rush through Chapter 2 here. We're going to really get our satchels upgraded as soon as we get this weapon. That's our next goal. So just wanted to explain that to you real quick. He seems to be clean. Also, y'all are going to see me a lot in this area. Again, trying to determine how much I'm going to show you of the hunting and chasing down all the pelts. I'm going to certainly show you some. And I may just do some episodes and mark them as like, hey, this is hunting only. So if you just don't want to watch that and just want to get to the meat of the story, then that's fine. I'll just mark them separate that way. I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to do it since we're all brand new to this together and how we're going to do this project. So, yeah, so you're going to see us in this area a lot because we need a lot of deer, pronghorn, and all that stuff is in this area in abundance. So you're going to see a lot of this area. That being said, now that she took us completely out of our way, we're going to go back after getting that favorite weapon of mine. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop right to it, and then I will cut it out and we'll pick it back up when we get near it. One other thing I was going to say real quick before I actually cut it out. You can actually do the better cam. You can sit and do the cinematic cam. Cool. I can put my controller down and rest easy. I don't do that a whole lot because it can basically become a blooper. Your horse should be intuitive enough to know that, hey, there's another horse on the trail, we'll go around him. And they do try to, but there are a lot of times when I leave it alone and he just runs smack dab right into the middle of somebody else coming down the road. I don't know if it's maybe going to be a little bit better in the PC version or not, but I'll test it and play with it a little bit and let you know. But that is just a cool tip for anybody out there. If you get your horse up to the speed you want to go, okay, we're going to stop that because that's a free meal for us. But if you get the horse up to the speed you want and then hold down on V on the keyboard if you're playing on PC or on the PlayStation, just the touchpad. I don't know what it is on the Xbox. So, sorry, I'll try to find that out for you for the next video. But you can basically just sit back, relax, put the controller down. Hey, that actually counts. Oh, well, no, we got our Deadeye level up, though. So, yeah, I can go ahead and get him up to the trotting speed I want. Hold down on that cinematic cam. And he's now going to take off in that speed, and I can sit back and relax. You can also still press in that stick.
There, boy.
There you go. So you can be bonding that entire time. So at any rate, now I'll cut the part on from here out until we get to where we want to be.
Hey, mister! Help me! My horse died and I'm stuck here. You gotta help me, mister.
Sure, I can help.
How about we skip the small talk, eh?
Oh, hell no.
Here. Yep. Come on.
You did.
Nice try.
Alright, well, y'all just saw that. Still just trying to make our way up to where we're going. He tried to steal my horse. But that's a good lesson. Good opportunity to show you something. That's going to happen in the game from time to time. These strangers are going to stop you, think they're cool, just like that first lady was. And they try to take off with your horse. If you hit the up on the D-pad to call your horse, as if you're, away from him, you just want him to come to you, he will buck them off. So just be on the lookout for that if that ever happens. So go ahead and wait and get back to it. I'll meet you up there when we get close to where we want to be.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Actually wasn't too much further of a ride up here on the way from where that guy tried to steal our horse, and we are now here at the location again. I will be sharing it on the links in the description for the RDR2 map link, just to give you a quick view of where we are here. Cool thing is we're uncovering some map while we're at it, but yeah, it's right up here. Again, there will be a link in the description. Crazy thing is, I ran across another random encounter. Good lord. Yeah, so they happen. So when I said earlier in that last video that 25 is what you got to have, it's really not all that difficult to get because they're going to come across everywhere. But nice. Appreciate that, horsey poo. I guess that is in your name. So let's go and inspect this house. The Mysterious Hill Home. This is something we have not mentioned yet. A journal. Wonder who lived here. You can also press X or square. Wonder who lived here to read it in case you have a hard time reading Arthur's handwriting. This is pretty cool because Arthur the entire time will actually be going through and adding to the journal. We haven't even looked at it. And so you can actually go back to where we just went back to the first chapter, and we can now do it by page too. You start seeing some stuff about before the game, so I might show that at some point, maybe do a special episode of just kind of going through the journal and see what we got. But it's not something I'm going to open up too often, just here and there. Also, whenever you discover a new animal, he writes it down. Okay, speaking of new animal, let's study one while we're here. What we got? I'm not going to kill it, but a brown rat. Okay, might as well add that to our compendium. So we are now here. We are going to get, for my favorite weapon in the game, the recipe for it. We actually already have the weapon itself. We just needed a recipe. So we're going to go ahead and... Nope, we're not going to take that chewing tobacco because we're full. But we are going to have to get into first person because that's the thing. I can't take it, so sometimes you got to get in first person to kind of move over, and now see it switches to the Poison Arrow pamphlet. So that's what we are going to take. Speaking too fast here. Okay, so we need to go ahead and inspect that document. That way we now know it. It should pop up in the left-hand corner saying, you now know this recipe or something like that. Yep, you have learned it. What just broke behind me? I don't know if I want to... we're here. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so the poisoned arrows. You need an arrow. We got those. You need a feather. That's why we were hanging on to those bird feathers we had. And you also need to have oleander plant. I will show you where those are in the next video. We're going to pretty much cut it off right here. I'm going to get us back closer into civilization and where we need to be. The reason I love that weapon, though, is with the poison arrow, you hit anything with it, the animal is going to die. That's just how it is to it, and they're not going to try to attack you either. So if we get out there and we come across a pack of wolves and we hit one with an arrow, it runs away. It's going to fall over. It's going to writhe in agony. It can actually be tough to watch. I don't like doing it, especially to something like wolves, you know, or fox, because they're similar to dogs in a lot of ways, obviously. So it's not something I want to do. However, it is convenient. We come across a big grizzly, and you will, believe it or not, stumble across them. You hit them with one poison arrow. It doesn't matter where. If you hit them, they stop trying to attack you or chase you. They run the other direction, and they eventually fall. Now, when they fall, you can go up there and put them out of their misery. I actually showed you that in, it was either the first or second video when we got that fox. And it looked like it was writhing in agony. It was just glitching out, but I'd explained it at least. So you're going to see me do that at some point. Either way, it's my favorite weapon in the game for hunting because it takes one shot, it takes them out. And again, especially when we're out roaming and we run across grizzly, black bears, generally, if you see them, they're just going to be running away from you. They don't like to stick around. Your horse sure will freak the hell out, but grizzlies, they're going to charge you. Wolves, they're coming after you. So it's nice to have a weapon that can actually handle those really well. So we will show you more about that. We're going to pick up in the next episode where we can find some oleander sage. That way we can go ahead and craft us some poison arrows. So at any rate, we're going to call this one quits. I appreciate everybody for watching. Y'all have a wonderful night, and we look forward to seeing you here again soon. Thank you.